everyone.
How you doing?
Now I can't use that line again. I don't know how to play dominoes, y'all. This is a continuation from just our previous review, and
Yeah, well, just get your kids out the street. That's all you need to know.
see, I had no idea what that means, and it's not. Hi, this is Laurie,
This is Peter.
and we're with Action Heroes LA with another review. This time of
The Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid, Disney's live-action adaptation of their 1989 animated classic.
Yes.
And I have to say, I dragged Peter kicking and screaming to see this movie.
Yes, you
he
did.
was not interested at all, but damn it, I was going to see The Little Mermaid. Whether you were going or not, I was going to see this movie.
Yes.
And that's because, I love the 1989 animated classic. Kicked off the Disney Renaissance, its second golden age, after its hand-drawn animation had kind of waned in quality for a couple decades.
Yes, and I had seen it, the live action version. I had seen the trailer, and I was already not too keen on seeing it, but I was gonna see it.
Okay.
But after I had seen the trailer, I definitely did not want to see it.
You were like, I am out. No way. Hell no. But I was definitely going to see this because, I was going to go see it because The Little Mermaid is probably my favorite Disney movie of that era, of their early Renaissance.
Yes.
Maybe not the best, but it's just my favorite. It got me into animation. Actually, I was into Japanese animation before, but it got me into Disney animation, American animation, and the history of that. So I went in a deep dive, thought about becoming an animator.
You said dive.
I did dive. I did. That was not intentional. But anyway, I thought about it. But you got to do a lot of drawing to do animation.
Yes.
And
Well,
a lot of drawing. And I love to draw, but I don't love to draw that much.
yeah, you got to draw.
You got to draw. So anyway, so these live action adaptations have been progressively getting kind of worse and worse and worse to the point of like, why do they keep doing these?
Yes,
They keep making a lot of money, which is why.
I did want to see the movie for a while at first because I couldn't understand the white backlash against.
That's what I was like the thing. That's what I wanted to get to because the reason I was going to go see it anyway, whether it was going to be crap, and most likely it was going to be crap because their live action adaptations have been kind of terrible lately. But one thing. As soon as I heard Black Mermaid, I'm like, I'm going to see this for sure. I am going to be there.
When I saw the
only
trailer,
reason I didn't go opening day is because we were in New Orleans. At a family reunion.
But the trailer, when I saw that, I thought I was kind of already out. I was done.
Oh, man. I was going to see this before the trailer even came out. They just said, Black Mermaid. We're gonna Halle Bailey, I was familiar with from her singing group, with her sister, but not too deeply familiar.
Not to really age myself, but the only Halle I knew of was Berry.
I know it was kind of like, Halle Berry's in this? Is she old? No, Halle Bailey. So so you're out. But I dragged you to see this, and I want to thank you for coming along with me and sitting through this. And what did you think?
Well, at first I was just sitting there. I know the wall decorations and everything of the theater because I had my hands folded and I kept. And one of the
rolled your eyes
things,
so hard you had to roll your head.
I rolled my eyes so hard I saw what I was thinking.
and wasn't good.
Yeah, and the thing was, I kept saying, this girl should be absolutely gorgeous. And I thought she was absolutely not gorgeous.
What?
And I kept looking and saying to myself,
I think you needed these.
No.
I think you needed these.
No, you know what I needed?
Okay.
I needed for the bird in the story to tell me the word red.
Okay.
And I kept saying red, red. Oh my God. That's what it was.
Okay.
The shade, the tone, of red that they use for her hair.
Okay.
Because Ariel's hair is red, but they used a reddish pink bleach something color, and I didn't like it.
You didn't like it. So that was bugging you.
That was bugging me in the head.
Okay.
I didn't know it.
Okay.
Once I knew that, and I said, yeah, her hair is supposed to be red. And Disney used the wrong shade of red.
For her skin tone, you felt.
For her skin tone.
Okay.
Once I was able to adjust the red in her hair, oh, she's gorgeous.
You can stop looking at the red color. You can look at her face.
And I just
she's
said,
adorable.
Yes,
oh
she
my
is.
God.
Yes,
She's
she
adorable in this. And I will say, I love this movie. I love the animated classic, but I thought they did a really good job of, following along to it, but differentiating enough from the original to make it its own thing. There are parts they fleshed out more.
Yes.
That in the animated film, where they could flesh out parts, they did, and they did so in a great way. And parts they could cut out, they did, which was fine.
And I thought Disney did a great job in telling the story because they changed. What's his name?
Prince Eric.
Prince Eric. I was about to say D'Artagnan.
D'Artagnan.
But anyway,
it should be
I
D'Artagnan.
said, you know what? She was already going to have problems going to land because she was going to be getting rid of her fin and she's going to get feet.
Yeah.
And a black girl with a white guy, well, they changed it a little bit. I guess he was still white, but he kind of looked Spanish or Caribbean or something. Yeah. And with having the black, I wouldn't really call her mother, but the
Eric had a black mama. I love that too.
Well, the way they changed the story and they brought it in, it was great.
Disney is doing a lot of it's really colorblind casting.
Yes.
It's it doesn't matter where the story, time, or place it takes place, you're going to see a multicultural cast. You can get into the argument, well, this is just really surface, kind of multiculturalism or, kind of pandering, but I love it. I like to see different people and then just not acknowledge that they're different people.
After seeing it and changing a few things, because the other part that I had a problem with, but after changing a few things in my head, I would like to go multicultural. Okay. I'd like to have a fin.
You want to be a merman? Merman! Which brings me to another thing I have to note I got to write for later. But anyway, I love this movie. I thought it did a really good job paying tribute to the original.
Yes.
It recaptured the magic of the original movie for me. And I think a lot of it that has to do with Halle Bailey. She is so great in this role. She's a fantastic singer. She does a great job acting. She's just like a star. She's one of those people. She's got this screen presence and charisma. Just love. Like I said, she's adorable. She's enchanting. She's all the things.
Yeah. Well, before I fixed it in my mind, when Ariel got her legs and her feet and everything else, My God, almost as soon as she got her feet and her legs, they put high heels on her.
Yeah, I love that part because it really made me think about the original story, the original fairy tale by Hans Christian Andersen, because it's a very depressing story. It ends on a sad note, unlike no happy ending in like these movies, which I still appreciate anyway. But yeah, because in the original story, when she gets legs, it's excruciatingly painful for her to walk. She ends up not getting the prince and going back to the sea and turning into sea foam. She didn't even get to be a mermaid again. So that scene of them, the first thing they do when she gets legs and she's brought into the castle, into the kingdom of Prince Eric and taken care of, is they throw heels on her. And every woman knows
but
those first heels and how excruciatingly painful that is.
But the one thing that Disney missed out on, I'm sorry, Disney, you missed out. Mm-hmm. When they first changed her and she got legs, they should have had that song.
What? She's got legs. Thank God they did not.
Yeah, and they could have had
no.
Like the Pirates of the Caribbean pirates with the spinning guitars.
Another note.
Legs.
Another note I needed to write about this. Okay, so I mean, you know what it's like to wear heels, so.
Yes, I do.
You do know how that, So that scene was just really effective. I thought it was a great way to throw back to the original story, a way to touch on that. So this was a fun movie. I thought the cast, they got a lot of people. Like when I read the cast, I'm like, oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Some of them were great. Some of them were hit and miss. I don't know how you felt. It seemed some of them were like better on paper than on screen. Not that they were bad, but it was.
But some of them, like her father,
Oh yeah.
Some of the other
Anton
people.
Chigurh as King Triton was great.
Yeah, but
without the cattle prod.
But I was still at the time, just like there is something wrong.
I do. That's another note I wanted to bring up. Well, my biggest issue was with Melissa McCarthy, who I thought, oh, she's going to be Ursula. Great idea. She can do it. I've seen her play before she became like a big comedy movie star. I've seen her play different types of characters that are not what you usually get her in her movies. So I know she could pull off a lot of. She has acting chops.
She's extremely talented.
She is, but she had to live up to Pat Carroll's voice performance in the original movie, which is iconic and it's fantastic. And I think her choices she made to differentiate her performance from the animated performance was to be more bratty.
Yes.
And I didn't like that. Thankfully, as the movie went along, she got into she more of her own thing and more evil. I think one of the things too, and this was in my mind watching the movie. In this version, they have King Triton and Ursula are brother and sister. They're estranged. Ursula is mad at him for some reason, but they don't expand upon that. And I thought that it could have. One of the things they could have done is, if they're going to make that decision to make them brother and sister, explain what their beef is.
Right.
Why is she pissed? Why is she so evil? Kind of touch on that some way. I think that was missing.
Well, I think they touched on it in a little way, but it was glossed over. It was like, this is it. It
doesn't really feed their tension. It doesn't really kind of give you that grounding for them being in the opposition of each other.
Right.
So the CGI was fine to me. It wasn't amazing great. It wasn't terrible bad. I just thought there were so many good performances, and Halle Bailey is so fantastic in this. The CGI could have been terrible. It could have been it's an RRR situation, which, CGI in that movie is not great, but everything else is so awesome. you don't care.
Yes.
So, and that's what I felt about this one. Any other thoughts for you?
I kept saying something else was wrong with the movie. And
I'll tell you what was wrong.
Finally, when I got it, when they were actually, you can actually hear them taking in breaths under the water and breathing and talking, and just
they breathe water.
No, you don't breathe water. You drown in water.
People drown in water. Mermaids breathe water. How do you think fish do? They have gills. Do you think mermaids should have gills?
So that you wouldn't hear actual.
You don't. Do you hear fish breathe? Fish breathe water.
No, you don't. But
They're
you don't.
Fish.
You don't hear them breathing. They're not Darth Vader.
Oh, you can hear their eyes. They're water breath.
No.
He's just not having it.
Yeah. See, I'm used to. Okay. We have Aquaman. What do?
Aquaman was a great underwater film.
Well, they create a bubble in order to talk.
Okay. Well, I didn't need that in The Little Mermaid. I thought that would have been too distracting.
Well,
mermaids have been around. For
I needed that. I needed a little bit of Aquaman.
I need a little Aquaman in this movie, but I did want to,
But the thing is, once I found that, and I said that was distracting me, I kind of switched that around in my head too, and it was okay. But the last 35 minutes of the movie, I thought was absolutely fantastic.
Oh, that's good. Aww.
I want to go see it again.
Yay!
You know
I
what?
will go see it again.
I think I'll dress up and I'll bring
you're
a
going to be a mermaid. I thought you were going to wear heels.
No.
You're going to break out your old heels.
No.
Peter wore heels when he was doing Prince impersonations, like in the 80s.
Yes.
So he knows what it's like, ladies.
Yes.
But
and I know you
Merman.
can run in heels because I ran in heels.
That's one thing I kind of cracked up at the end. I had all kind of jokes running through my head through this movie. I wish I was at the Black movie theater to see this. We might have to go to Crenshaw Baldwin Hills and catch this because I want to talk.
Okay.
I hope, because I had to cover my mouth. I had so many things could have just like shouted out. But in a good way. I love the movie. There's nothing wrong with it, but there were just like little funny things that Eric and Ariel being hoarders. they're hoarders. Like they collect both collect a lot of junk. And then there we go. Yeah.
I just thought of something I could say at the theater. I just want to know if it's appropriate.
Oh. I'm going to say keep it to yourself right now until we discuss after this video. But I want to just wrap this up. I thought one of the things, I think one of the criticisms were the animated animals characters. Mm-hmm. People found they were more realistic looking than, of course, the cartoon. And I was forewarned about that, so they didn't bug me at all. Mm-hmm. They weren't as cute as they were in the cartoon, but
now I just got that question just going through my head about mermaids.
What do you want to say it, or Prince Eric was good?
I don't know a way to say it.
Do I have to cut this out?
Dude, I wonder if mermaids have WPs. I would guess they would have to have them.
What? I'm going. My brain is going to a Prince song or something.
No, I wouldn't. No, a chick sung this one.
Oh, I'll ask you later. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. But anyway, I just did a couple little things before wrapping this.
What I'm talking about.
Damn. My black card's getting whiter and whiter, y'all. But a couple other things I wanted to. I like that it's kind of a Caribbean setting.
Yes.
It looks gorgeous. It looks like which them placing it there and kind of how the movie ends. I wonder if they could The sequel could be like a team up with a Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Yes.
It's like they go off and they run into Johnny Depp, the Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah. There was actually a lot of songs that they cut out.
Yeah.
From the animated series.
There was a few that they cut out.
Which
that's what I wanted to get to the bad of this, what I didn't like.
Which they
I thought the ones they cut out were wise to cut out.
Yes.
They added some songs. One I loved, one I thought was okay, and one I absolutely hated. They gave Prince Eric a song, and that was painful. And that's early in the movie, which I was cringing for you. I was like, oh my God, I dragged Peter to this, and this is the most Broadway musical numbers here, and it's terrible, and I hated it myself. And I like Broadway musicals, but that was bad.
Yeah, but ergo, they could have put ZZ Top in.
No, God, no. She's got legs. What else? I don't know.
Well, I'm just thinking,
So anyway, I thought I thought it'd be funny if they go off and they run into Jack Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow later. Yeah. But one thing, there's a point in this movie, and this was in the original.
I could have seen Jack Sparrow go, "Where's your fin go?"
Okay.
Instead of "Where's the rum gone?" Why is the rum gone?
All right. It's been a long time since I've seen a Pirates movie, honestly. Yeah. But I wanted to bring up, there's a scene in the movie. Ursula turns into, her evil plan is not working. So she turns into this beautiful woman, and she uses Ariel's voice that she's captured to like,
speak
enchant and seduce Prince Eric away from Ariel. And I thought, and she turns into a white woman, of course, which I thought it was kind of a funny thing because, spoiler alert, Ariel, they kind of tussle and fight, and Ariel gets her voice back from a white woman. And I thought about, like, Little Richard and
Karen.
And no, the Karen. Her name was Karen. Probably was Karen. Almost. And it would have been funny if it was Karen. It wasn't, but it was. And I thought about Little Richard and Elvis Presley and how white people have been stealing stuff from us all this time. It's particularly our music. And Ariel took it back and was like, "I am the originator. I am the innovator. I am the architect of rock and roll." Shut up.
Go get my mirror suit.
Go get my mirror suit. This man is mine. And so I thought it's kind of when changing the race of of her Ariel, and that it's kind of like, that's a little symbolic of her taking back.
Oh, we got to go back. I'm going to shout that at the movies.
I'm the originator. Shut up. But I thought about that. I was like, that's kind of, I don't think they meant it that way, but I'm taking it that way. And so is Ariel.
Yes.
And then finally, at the end.
They poured her into the dipper?
And they placed her in the dipper and poured that girl back on the world. Man, Halle Bailey is awesome in this, you guys. She is just fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing her and other stuff. But I will say, when all the mermaid people kind of popped out of the water at the end, and there's one guy who's just ripped, and he kind of gets up there, and it's like Zoolander. I was like, merman. It's like they had to have that one ripped mermaid for.
Yes.
The gals and the gays.
Yes.
But it was a Zoolander moment that I just, one of those things I had to cover my mouth and just laugh about. But this movie, really, I loved it. Really did.
Yes.
It's one of Disney's best live action adaptions. It's up there with Cinderella, one of the first ones, and I can't think of any other good ones right now.
Maleficent.
That's not really an adaptation, and that's a good. I was just listening to something and said that's not really an adaptation. It's kind of it's telling the story from her end, so it's not a direct Sleeping Beauty adaptation.
Right.
But I will give you Cruella. I loved Cruella too. I thought that was a great movie. Not really an adaptation, but a great reimagining of that character. Hi, Jen.
They did do the 101 Dalmatians, and that was...
Well, I didn't see those. I saw Cruella, though, because it was awesome. I'm glad I did. But they did. I didn't see them.
Don't go see that.
Okay. Well, anyway, this is one of the better ones you can see. It's really sad. It's not doing as... It's doing okay at the box office, but it's not as big as some of the other movies.
That's correct,
that
yes.
They've done. Come here, Jen. Hold on. Excuse me for a sec.
So what you have to do is definitely go see this.
And get pulled back on the world.
Yes.
Go see this. It's not doing as well. It's doing well in America, but internationally it's not. You racist. But no, I think there's a number of reasons for it. It's not just, that's part of the reason, I'm sure, but it's, yeah.
Well, if I was in a fin.
Yeah, I think you should definitely go see this movie.
Yes.
And I got sidetracked what I wanted to kind of finalize, at least say. But go see this. It's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. I loved it. As a fan of the original movie, I thought they did a great job.
I thought they did a great job after I understood what a great job they were doing.
After you got all the distractions out of your way, you were able to enjoy it for what it is. What it is, baby. Did I get my black card back now?
What it was.
What it shall be. All right, that's The Little Mermaid. It's in theaters now. Go see it in theaters. Don't wait for it on Disney Plus. This one's worth going to see in theaters. It's enchanting.
See it on the big screen.
Is delightful. And we out.
We out.
Do black people say delightful?
No.
They do now. Bye.